From iconic landmarks to hidden corners, England is full of surprises. Let's explore the country's best destinations and hidden gems with EarthProLife. Hi, I'm Dean Shah, and welcome to EarthProLife. Hi, I'm Dean Shah, and welcome to EarthProLife. For many, England is a land of iconic images. The steadfast guards at Buckingham Palace, the ancient stones of Stonehenge, and the dreaming spires of Oxford. It's a country steeped in history, a place where every cobblestone seems to tell a story. But traveling for me is about more than just ticking off the famous sites. It's about connecting with a place, understanding its people, and finding those special, often overlooked corners that truly capture its spirit. England is a treasure trove of these experiences, a place where a short drive can take you from a bustling modern city to a timeless pastoral landscape. Today, we're embarking on a journey to explore the England that lies just beyond the well-trodden tourist path. We'll start with the essentials, of course, the must-see landmarks that form the backbone of any English adventure. But then, we'll peel back the layers. We'll venture into charming villages that seem frozen in time, hike through dramatic national parks, and uncover the local secrets that make a trip truly unforgettable. Our goal is to equip you with the knowledge to travel smarter, to get more out of your time and money, and to experience England in a way that feels personal and profound. So grab your notebook and let's get started. We'll be using a map to guide our journey, revealing each destination as we go, from the vibrant heart of London to the rugged coasts of Cornwall and the serene lakes of the north. This isn't just a list, it's a carefully crafted itinerary designed to show you the incredible diversity and depth of this historic land. We'll share tips on navigating, eating, and truly immersing yourself in the culture. From iconic landmarks to hidden corners, England is full of surprises. Let's explore the country's best destinations and hidden gems with EarthProLife. Our journey begins, as it must, in London. This sprawling, multicultural metropolis is the energetic heart of England, a city that effortlessly blends centuries of history with a relentless push into the future. It's easy to be overwhelmed by the sheer scale of it all, the River Thames snaking through its core. The iconic skyline is punctuated by the Shard and the London Eye. Your first stop might be the Tower of London, a fortress that's been a royal palace, a prison, and a treasury. Standing here, you can almost hear the echoes of history, from the tragic tales of Anne Boleyn to the dazzling sight of the crown jewels. It's a powerful introduction to the pomp and circumstance of British royalty. From the tower, a walk along the South Bank is essential. You'll pass Shakespeare's Globe, a faithful reconstruction where you can still catch a play. Then the Tate Modern, housed in a former power station. Crossing the Millennium Bridge, you're greeted by the magnificent dome of St. Paul's Cathedral. I always recommend climbing to the top. The view, after hundreds of steps, is your reward. A breathtaking panorama of London's organised chaos. It's a reminder that London is a city best understood from both the ground and the sky. To truly connect with London, you have to find its villages. This giant city is really a collection of distinct neighbourhoods. Skip the chain restaurants around Leicester Square and head to a cosy pub in Notting Hill. Wander the pastel-coloured houses and the famous Portobello Market. Or explore Shoreditch, street art on every corner and independent boutiques thriving. Grab a curry on Brick Lane. Or find a quiet garden square in Bloomsbury where literary giants once walked. These are the places where you can feel the city's pulse. Don't forget the green spaces. Hyde Park is perfect for a stroll or a boat ride on the Serpentine. Regent's Park offers rose gardens and the nearby zoo. Hampstead Heath feels wild and untamed. The view from Parliament Hill offers a sweeping skyline vista. It's where Londoners go to escape without leaving the city. Finally, a word on getting around. The Tube is an icon, efficient and far-reaching. But also take the double-decker buses. Sit on the top deck and let the city unfold before you. It's slower, yes, but travel is about the journey. See the transition from the grandeur of Westminster to the quiet residential streets of Kensington. London is a city of layers, and the more you explore, the more you'll discover. Leaving the hustle of London behind, we travel west into a landscape that feels like it's been lifted from the pages of a fairy tale. This is the Cotswolds, an area of outstanding natural beauty, gentle rolling hills, the Wolds. Impossibly charming villages built from honey-coloured limestone. The stone itself seems to glow in the late afternoon sun. This isn't a place for grand cathedrals or bustling cities. The Cotswolds' magic lies in its tranquility and timeless pastoral beauty. It's a place to slow down, to breathe, and to simply be. Our first stop, a village like Castle Combe, often called the prettiest village in England. Walking across the stone bridge, the Bybrook River flowing gently beneath, weavers' cottages lining the street. There are no modern intrusions here, no satellite dishes or power lines to break the spell. Or consider Bybury, the iconic Arlington Row, one of the most photographed scenes in England. The Cotswolds are best explored by car. The drive itself is part of the experience. Narrow lanes flanked by ancient dry stone walls, flocks of Cotswold sheep grazing. Take a turn down a road that looks interesting and get lost. Discover Stow on the Wold, a market town perched on a hilltop. Or Bourton on the Water, the Venice of the Cotswolds with its low bridges. Each village has its own personality, its own cosy pub, its own slice of English history to share. This is a living, working landscape. The wealth that built these towns came from wool. You'll still see the famous Cotswold lion sheep grazing. To really appreciate it, get out of the car and walk. The Cotswold Way stretches for over 100 miles and offers stunning escarpment views. You don't have to walk the whole thing. A short 2-hour hike between villages immerses you in the scenery and earns that pint of ale. Find a base in a less famous village and take day trips. Enjoy quiet mornings and evenings after the day trippers have gone home. Enjoy a traditional cream tea, a scone with clotted cream and jam. Browse antique shops for hidden treasures. Chat with the locals. The real joy isn't in seeing everything, but in savouring the peaceful, unhurried pace preserved here for centuries. It's an antidote to the modern world. From the gentle hills of the Cotswolds, we journey south to the vast, open expanse of Salisbury Plain. Here, under a wide sky, stands one of the world's most enigmatic and iconic monuments, Stonehenge. Quick! The clouds move across those stones, and there's a reason this prehistoric circle draws millions of visitors. No matter how many pictures you've seen, nothing prepares you for the feeling of seeing it in person. The sheer scale of the Sarsens, the massive upright stones, and the mystery of their purpose create an atmosphere of awe and reverence. It's a direct, tangible link to a past so distant it feels almost mythological. For centuries, people have debated the purpose of Stonehenge. Was it a temple for sun worship, a celestial observatory, a burial ground for royalty, or a place of healing? The truth is, it was likely all of these things and more. The main axis of the stones is aligned with the sunrise on the summer solstice and with the sunset on the winter solstice. It's a feat of engineering and astronomical knowledge that staggers you from a society 5,000 years ago. Visiting Stonehenge today is a well-organized experience. The visitor center, a little over a mile away, is excellent. It houses a museum with fascinating exhibits and artifacts, including the reconstructed face of a man who lived when the monument was built. It provides crucial context before you even see the stones. From there, a shuttle bus takes you to the site itself. A path circles the monument, allowing you to view it from all angles. I recommend getting the audio guide. It explains the phases of construction and the theories well. While you can no longer walk among the stones during regular hours, they're protected to prevent erosion. There are special access visits available outside public hours. These Stone Circle experience tours must be booked far in advance, but they offer an incredible chance to get up close to the monoliths. To stand in the center of the circle as the sun rises or sets, to touch the cool, ancient stone, is a profoundly moving experience. It's a way to feel the power of the place on a much more personal level, away from the crowds. But Stonehenge doesn't exist in isolation. The surrounding landscape is dotted with burial mounds, enclosures, and other henges that are part of the story. I highly recommend visiting the nearby site of Avebury. Here, a massive stone circle, so large it encompasses part of a village, offers a different experience. You can wander freely among the stones, touch them, and feel their energy. Combining a visit to the monumental, mysterious Stonehenge with the more accessible, sprawling Avebury gives you a much richer understanding of Neolithic culture in this part of England. Chapter 4. Now we head to England's southwestern tip, a peninsula of rugged cliffs, golden beaches, a fiercely independent spirit, Cornwall. This is a land of myth and legend, King Arthur, smugglers' coves. The landscape is more dramatic. The sea is a constant presence. Relentless Atlantic waves crash on granite cliffs. It feels different from the rest of England. Celtic heritage, Cornish language on signs, the Cornish flag. You arrive at the very edge of the land. Southwest Coast Path, England's longest footpath, hikers on the path rewarded with staggering views. Land's End, the most westerly point, towards Sennen Cove. Land's End can be a bit commercial, but the coastal path is raw nature. Seabirds nesting on cliffs, seals bobbing in turquoise water below, wildflowers clinging to cliff edges. An invigorating, humbling experience. Cornwall, a haven for artists. St Ives, narrow streets and harbour, art galleries, Tate St Ives overlooking Porthmeor Beach, Barbara Hepworth Museum and Sculpture Garden, sculptures among subtropical plants, culinary traditions, pasty and cream tea, Cornish pasty. And then there's the cream tea, a friendly debate, jam or cream first. In Cornwall, it's strictly jam first, then a generous dollop of clotted cream, seaside cafe, ordering a cream tea, and settling in to watch the waves. Beyond the coast, Bodmin Moor, granite tors and stone circles, tales of the beast of Bodmin. You can't miss Tintagel Castle. Ruins cling to a cliff top, connected by a spectacular modern bridge. Whether you believe the legends or not, the location is pure magic. Cornwall captures the imagination, dramatic beauty and enduring myths that stay with you long after you've left. Chapter 5. From the southern coast, we journey north to the Lake District. This is England's largest national park, a breathtaking region of rugged mountains, known here as fells, and shimmering lakes or mirrors. It's a place of immense natural beauty and grandeur. The weather can change in an instant, bright and serene, shifting to dark and dramatic. This is a landscape made for walking, for contemplation, and for reconnecting with the raw power of nature. It's a place that feels ancient and deeply peaceful. The heart of the Lake District is its collection of beautiful bodies of water. Lake Windermere is the largest and most famous. A boat trip on its surface is a perfect introduction to the area. You can cruise from Bowness on Windermere to the quieter northern end at Ambleside, taking in the views of the surrounding fells. But for a more dramatic experience, head to Ullswater. Here, you can take one of the historic steamer boats that have been plying these waters for over 150 years. The scenery is more rugged, the fells steeper, and it feels a little wilder than Windermere. This region is inextricably linked with the Romantic poets, especially William Wordsworth, who was born here and called it the loveliest spot that man hath ever found. You can visit his homes, Dove Cottage in Grasmere and later Rydal Mount, to see where he lived and wrote. Walking through the village of Grasmere, you can almost feel his presence. Be sure to stop at Sarah Nelson's Grasmere gingerbread shop, a tiny cottage that's been selling its unique, spicy sweet gingerbread since 1854. The recipe is a closely guarded secret, and the taste is unforgettable. But to truly understand the Lake District, you must walk. There are trails for every ability, from gentle lakeside strolls to challenging mountain scrambles. A classic walk for many is the climb up Orist Head from Windermere. It was the first fell Alfred Wainwright ever climbed, and the view from the top inspired his life's work. The panorama of Lake Windermere and the surrounding fells is simply stunning. For the more adventurous, a hike up Scafell Pike, England's highest mountain, is a challenging but immensely rewarding day out. My tip for visiting is to embrace the get-away-from-it-all spirit. While towns like Windermere and Ambleside are lovely, they can be very crowded. Consider staying in one of the more remote valleys, like Great Langdale or Borrowdale. Here you'll find charming inns and a profound sense of peace. Wake up to the sound of sheep, spend your day hiking in the fells, and end it with a hearty meal and a local ale by a crackling fire in a country pub. The Lake District isn't just a place to see, it's a place to feel, a landscape that nourishes the soul. Chapter 6. Journeying back south, we arrive in a city that is a masterpiece of Georgian architecture and Roman history, Bath. The entire city is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Built from a distinctive creamy golden Bath stone, the city has an air of elegance and harmony. It's both grand and intimate, promenading, socializing, taking the waters. To walk its streets is to be transported back to the 18th century, the era of Jane Austen. The story of Bath begins and ends with its water. The Romans were the first to build a major settlement here, around the country's only natural hot springs. They called it Aquae Sulis. They constructed a complex of baths and a temple. The Roman baths are the city's star attraction. Walking on the original Roman pavements, seeing the steaming green-hued water of the Great Bath, exploring the temple courtyard, it connects you to people who came here for healing and worship 2,000 years ago. The Georgians perfected the city in the 18th century. Wealthy visitors flocked here seeking health and high society. Architects John Wood the Elder and the Younger shaped what we see today. Their genius is on display at the Royal Crescent. A short walk away is the Circus, a perfect circle of townhouses. To stand in the middle is to be enveloped by architectural perfection. Bath is a city for wandering. I love to stroll along the River Avon, crossing the picturesque Pulteney Bridge. Shops built into the bridge. Explore narrow alleyways and hidden courtyards and you'll find independent shops, charming cafes, historic pubs. For a taste of the Georgian experience, visit the Pump Room. Have afternoon tea. A string trio plays. Sample the mineral-rich spa water. You can still experience the waters today. You can't bathe in the Roman baths. But the modern Thermi-Bath spa next door uses the same hot, mineral-rich water. The highlight is the open-air rooftop pool. Soak while enjoying panoramic city views. Floating here, looking at the spire of Bath Abbey, connects you with 2,000 years of history. It's the perfect way to end a day in this beautiful and restorative city. Chapter 7. Let's head north again, to a city that wears its long and layered history on its sleeve, York. More than any other English city, York is a journey through time. Its story begins with the Romans, who founded it as Eboracum. It was then conquered by the Anglo-Saxons. Later, it became the Viking capital of England, known as Jorvik. And on top of all that, it grew into a powerful medieval city, a centre of religion and trade. All of these layers are still visible today, making York a paradise for history lovers. The best way to get your bearings is to walk the city walls. York has more miles of intact medieval walls than any other city in England. The 2-mile circuit takes you on an elevated path around the historic core, offering fantastic views of the city's greatest landmark, York Minster. This magnificent Gothic cathedral is one of the largest of its kind in Northern Europe. Its sheer scale is breathtaking, but the real treasures are inside. The Great East Window is the largest expanse of medieval stained glass in the world, a masterpiece of storytelling in light and colour that has recently undergone a massive restoration. From the grandeur of the Minster, dive into the city's medieval heart. The Shambles is one of the most famous streets in England, a narrow cobbled lane with overhanging timber-framed houses that almost touch in the middle. It was originally the street of the butchers, and you can still see the hooks and wide windowsills where they displayed their meat. Today it's filled with quirky shops, but it's easy to imagine the 14th century. It's so atmospheric that it's rumoured to be the inspiration for Diagon Alley. To understand the city's Viking past, a visit to the Jorvik Viking Centre is a must. It's built on the very site of an archaeological dig that uncovered a 10th century Viking city preserved in the damp soil. The experience is incredibly immersive. You ride a small car through a detailed reconstruction of Jorvik, complete with the sights, sounds, and even smells of the Viking Age. It's a brilliant way to bring history to life, especially for families. It shows you that York's history isn't just about grand buildings, but about the everyday lives of its people. But my favourite thing to do in York is simply to get lost. Wander away from the main streets, cross the River Ouse, and explore the museum gardens, where you'll find the beautiful ruins of St Mary's Abbey. Find a traditional pub for a pint of local ale and a hearty lunch. York is also famous for its chocolate history. Families like Rowntrees and Terry started here. You can learn all about it at the attraction called York's Chocolate Story. York is a city that rewards curiosity. Around every corner is a hidden passage, a historic church, or a story waiting to be discovered. Chapter 8. From the medieval lanes of York, we turn south to another of England's great historic cities, Oxford. Known as the City of Dreaming Spires, coined by poet Matthew Arnold. Oxford is home to the oldest university in the English-speaking world. For over 800 years, it's been a centre of learning. The university isn't a single campus, but 39 independent colleges. Each college has its own chapel, dining hall, gardens. To visit Oxford is to walk in the footsteps of prime ministers, poets, scientific pioneers, push open a heavy wooden door and step inside a college. Many are open to visitors for a small fee. Christ Church, one of the grandest. Its magnificent dining hall inspired the Great Hall in the Harry Potter films. Magdalen College, pronounced Magdalen, its beautiful cloisters, its deer park in the city centre. These tranquil, scholarly sanctuaries are the heart of the Oxford experience. Beyond the colleges are architectural and intellectual treasures. The Bodleian Library, one of the great libraries of the world. Tour its historic reading rooms, including 15th century Duke Humphrey's Library. Nearby, the Radcliffe Camera, a beautiful circular icon of the city. Climb the tower of the University Church of St Mary the Virgin for the best view, a 360-degree panorama of the Radcliffe Camera and Dreaming Spires. Oxford is perfect for punting on the river. A punt is a flat-bottomed boat propelled with a long pole. Hire one at Magdalen Bridge Boathouse. Glide along the River Cherwell, passing the backs of colleges and the Botanic Garden. Try poling yourself, or hire a chauffeur. Oxford is also a lively modern city. The Covered Market, 1770s, is a bustling hub. Traditional butchers, artisan bakers, quirky cafes. For culture beyond the university, the Ashmolean Museum, Britain's first public museum. Its collections, Egyptian mummies, modern art. Oxford stimulates the mind. Centuries of intellectual tradition in every stone. Chapter 9. Situated right in the heart of England, we find our next destination, the Peak District. This was Britain's very first national park, and it's a place of stunning contrasts. The park is split into two distinct areas. In the south, you have the White Peak, a gentle limestone plateau with rolling green hills, picturesque dales, charming stone-built villages. A great base is the market town of Bakewell, famous for the Bakewell pudding. Don't call it a tart, eh? From here you can easily visit one of England's most magnificent stately homes, Chatsworth House, gardens with fountains, cascades, a maze. A highlight of the White Peak for me is walking or cycling the Monsall Trail, viaducts and lit tunnels, wonderful views without steep climbs, bikes easily rented. In contrast, the Dark Peak offers a more challenging and rugged experience, serious hiking country. Dean Shah hiking on a moorland path. Mam-Tor ascent and famed ridge views over the Hope Valley and the Edale Valley. Stanage Edge, Wind, Gritstone, and wide moorland. Castleton's show caves reveal stalactites and the rare blue John stone. A boat trip on an underground river in the Speedwell Cavern is a unique and memorable experience. The Peak District offers a perfect blend of gentle beauty and wild adventure. Chapter 10. For our final stop, we head back to the south coast, to a city with a personality all its own, Brighton. Often called London by the Sea, Brighton is a vibrant, bohemian and wonderfully eccentric city. It's a place of pleasure and escape, a traditional seaside resort with a modern, creative, fiercely independent spirit. From its famous pier to its labyrinthine shopping lanes, Brighton celebrates individuality and knows how to have a good time. It's the perfect, lively conclusion to our tour of England. The seafront is the heart of the action. The Brighton Palace Pier is a Victorian masterpiece, stretching into the English Channel. It's a glorious celebration of seaside fun. Amusement arcades, fairground rides, stalls selling fish and chips, sugary donuts. A walk along the pier, seagulls, sea air and vinegar, is a classic British experience. Below, the famous Pebble Beach is the city's communal front yard, packed on sunny days. But Brighton's most surprising and spectacular landmark is the Royal Pavilion. Built by the flamboyant Prince Regent in the early 19th century as a seaside pleasure palace. From the outside, a fantastical vision of India, domes, minarets, pinnacles. Step inside and you're in an opulent chinoiserie world, dragons, pagodas, dazzling colours. The banqueting room, the music room, a monument to fantasy and excess, capturing Brighton's unique character. Away from the seafront, get lost in the lanes. Narrow, twisting alleyways filled with antique shops, jewellery stores and traditional pubs. Just north, the North Lane, bohemian, alternative, independent. Vintage clothes, vinyl records, handmade crafts, vegan food. Street art, buskers, creative energy. For a modern perspective, ride the British Airways i360. A futuristic glass viewing pod, rising 450 feet for 360-degree views. See the city below, Regency Squares, the pier stretching into the sea, the Royal Pavilion in its gardens. Brighton is a city of contrasts, historic and modern, traditional and alternative, grand and quirky. A place that welcomes everyone and always offers a surprise. Outro. From the ancient mysteries of Stonehenge to the vibrant energy of Brighton, our journey has taken us through the incredible diversity of England. We've walked through landscapes that inspired poets, explored cities built by Romans and Vikings, discovered the quiet corners that lie just beyond the famous landmarks. England is a country that rewards the curious traveller. It's a place where history is not confined to museums but is alive in the streets, the buildings, and the very landscape itself. Each region we've visited has its own unique character, its own stories, and its own special charm. I hope this tour has inspired you to look beyond the postcards and to craft your own English adventure. Whether you're drawn to the grandeur of London, the peacefulness of the Cotswolds, or the wild beauty of the Cornish coast, the real magic of travel happens when you connect with a place on a personal level, when you chat with a local in a pub, get lost on a country lane, or simply sit and watch the world go by. These are the moments that turn a trip into a cherished memory. So, where will your journey take you? Perhaps you'll hike the fells of the Lake District or delve into the scholarly world of Oxford. Whatever you choose, travel with an open mind and an adventurous spirit. Thanks for watching. If you loved discovering England's hidden treasures, hit like, subscribe, and share this video. Comment below. Which part of England is on your travel list? Travel smarter, explore deeper. Hit like and subscribe for more cinematic travel guides, hidden gems, and unforgettable journeys, only on EarthProLife.